Hello everyone. So today we are going to start Growth of Nationalism and Age of Revolution part 1. In part 1 we will discuss what is nationalism and how it led to the growth of a revolution era, or how the feelings of nationalism evolved, and how these feelings evolved during the period of American Revolution. In the part 2 we will discuss how nationalism evolved during French Revolution and with Napoleon. So let's start. So first of all, we need to understand meaning of nationalism. Nationalism is something, a feeling of people being loyal or proud of their country, often with the belief that it is better and more important than other countries. So nationalism is just a kind of feeling where people feel that their nation is superior than other nation, or they believe in the nationality instead of just going on the internationalism. So it can be also just characterized by a desire by a large group of people who share common culture, language, religion, belief, etc., to form a separate independent nation on their own. So, what is history of the nationalism? How it came into existence, and or from where it came into existence? So, if we talk about nationalism, so first we can trace out nationalism in the Greek history. So, especially in the ancient Greek history. So, in ancient Greek nationalism was first established as an ideology during the Greek states from different Greek tribes and parts of Greek collectively fought against the Persian Empire, especially in the 5th century. That Greek tribes, they fought against the Persian Empire, and there they believe that Greeks are superior, so they should establish their rule. So that is why this Greek nationalism evolved during that time. And even though in the ancient Greek also, that classical period of the Greek, Aristotle, Hippocrates suggested that the Greeks are superior than any other tribe. So that is also a kind of nationalism grown in the Greek period. Even though Greek nationalism emerged again during the time of Byzantine Empire, which you already know in 7th class, you read about it. Byzantine Empire, which was established currently in parts of Greece and parts of Turkey or Istanbul, like that. In this area, it was established. So Greek was feeling that they are superior from other communities. So that is their sort of nationalism. So modern nationalism, if we talk about present or modern nationalism, that evolved from the beginning of American Revolution. Always we cannot say it is just started with the American Revolution. It was started with the British Golden Revolution. It is called British Golden Revolution, which was occurred in 12th century, where king by the parliament, king was overthrown, and some powers, or king was limited to some powers. So this revolution happened without even a bullet. So that is called the starting of the modern nationalism. But for tracing it exactly, so we can trace it from the beginning of American Revolution period, from where this period of nationalism was begun. So American philosopher historian Hans wrote in 1944 that nationalism emerged during the period of American Revolution and French Revolution in 18th century. So what is that? Nationalism is not always related with the nation. It is sometimes related with some other things also, like industrial revolution in the Europe. It encouraged the economical nationalism, where economic resources or financially they want to control some part. So that is called the economical nationalism, which emerged during 18th and 19th century in British, or especially in parts of French or Italian or Dutch. So it further gave rise to the imperialism. Imperialism means, we can say, where they want to control more and more territory for their economical growth. So such type of nationalism is called economical nationalism. So beginning of the nationalism is traced in Asia and Africa, that is in the 19th century, when most of the Asian and African countries got their independence. So similar way, here we are going to talk about age of revolution also. So that happened from 1774 to 1849. So why we call them as a age of revolution? Because in this period most of the world was witnessing many revolution. So that is why we call this period age of revolution, or particular, where many revolution occurred, like American Revolution, French Revolution, Italian Revolution, Dutch Revolution, or many other revolution which occurred, so on. So that is why this period is called age of revolution. So first of all, we need to understand what is nationalism. So we can say nationalism, nation is very important. So because it occurred, or it just run around, or just go around the nation, where people think that nation is superior, or the feeling of nation is very high. So that is why nation is very important. So in nationalism, a nation is focused and considered the highest good. The nation is viewed with pride, respect, and like nation provides the heartland for the people whom nationalist seeks to represent. So most of the time nationalist seeks to represent their nation. They want their nation must be superior, and the feelings of nation or their nation must be first. So nationalism have a particular national identity, like people within a nation have shared characteristics such as culture, values, language, religion or beliefs, or common some type of feelings. Like nationalist seeks to create among all the people those who share their identity. Like such type of nationalism we can trace in India during the Mauryan period also, where they want to establish a Mauryan empire. But moreover, that we cannot consider only the nationalism, because it is not that type of nationalism which is evolving in American Revolution, or which is we can trace back in our Indian Revolution, or Indian independence, or like that. So here we are going to talk about American Revolution first of all, which occurred from 1775 to 1783. It is not the exact period when this revolution occurred, because the causes of the revolution that begin in the 17th century itself. So many causes were there. So let's talk about American Revolution. So if we talk about American Revolution, so American War, or this, that is also known as American Revolution. So this war was fought between British and colonialist. Actually British, that we will talk later, that how British established their colonies, or who were the colonists. So what was the result of the American Revolution? That new country formed, that is called United States, and British people withdraw from these colonies and accepted their independence. So here you can see this map. Here in the yellow color you can find these are the 13 colonies. When Britain or European found a new continent, North America, in the west of Europe, slowly many British or Dutch or French, they started coming toward North America and settled here. So these 13 yellow colonies were established by the British people. So many European, those were thinking that in Europe they are not getting their equal rights or status. So they came in this North American colonies and they just settled here. And slowly, this become their homeland. But still, it was controlled by the British people. So in red color, you can see that this was a French territory or Indian. Indian were the original residents of North America, those we commonly say black Indian also because of their skin color. So they established in this particular part. But how American Revolution started? So before the American Revolution, French and British were fighting with each other to control more and more territories in North America. So British people fought many wars with French people and finally they defeated French. But as you know, whenever we fight a war, there is huge cost involved in that. So that is why British have to pay a huge money for that. So at the end, British try to cover that money from these 13 colonies only by imposing more and more taxes. So that gave birth to this American Revolution. So as you can see here that first of all what happened when British people they won the war from French, their area extended. As you can see, this red color is 13 colonies and rest is the area extended where Indians were reserved. And British people, as they were trading with the 13 colonies also and Indian people also, so they promised Indian people to just stop the European of these 13 colonies by the proclamation line of 1763. What is this line? That British people or their army was restricting colonialists to go beyond this line and settle down because they agreed American Indian to settle in that because they were getting loads of trade from the American Indian. So this made totally the colonialist against the British. So there were two type of people, colonialist or patriots, those who really want to establish their own rule instead of British rule in these 13 colonies. They were called patriots or colonists. And on the other hand, loyalist was those people, those were loyal toward the British rule. And third were British people itself, those were governing these 13 colonies. So how this war was started? The American Revolution was a colonial revolt which occurred between 1765 to 1783. The American patriots in 13 colonies defeated the British American Revolutionary War with the assistance of France. So as you can see that France was defeated by the Britain. So France also want to take revenge of that. So France helped these colonies to become independent. So how this all happened? Let's see first all the causes of American Revolution. So in this video we are going to only talk about the causes of the American Revolution. We are not going to discuss in detail that how it happened or what were the main event, because that is we are going to cover in the next chapter also. So first of all, as we can see, American were not having same right as the English people enjoyed. So obviously British people, wherever they establish a colony, they were given more rights. So that was totally American people dislike. They want equal right, equal tax. So pay more taxes than the English people. So American people, they have to pay more taxes than the than British people. As you can see in India also, Indian people pay more taxes and British people pay no or very minor taxes. So that also made all the American or colonialist or patriots against the British people. So similar way, those Europeans came in these colonies, they were having the feeling they will go to America and establish the rule of equality or justice. But when they came here, they found that it is not a rule of justice or rule of equality. So their feelings were hurt, even though they were inspired by lots of European philosophers. So here in that you need to remember a very important name, that is John Locke. So John Locke, which is who is believed as a father of this philosophy. So who was talking about the equality or justice or democracy. So on this idea, they wanted to establish their own democratic system or own equality based system. So sugar act which was of 1764, that also played a major role in the causes of American Revolution. How this sugar is actually, these all people, those were living in the colonies, they were totally farmers, or they were growing sugar cane. So as in the American Revolution, how it played an important role, that British people, they were also trading with these colonies. So sugar was also an important commodity of trade. So Sugar Act, which was passed in 1764, also known as American Revenue Act 1764, or the American Duties Act. So according to this act, that particularly all the Americans, they were imposed a tax on growing sugarcane, and even though they were not allowed to sell their product to anyone excluding British people. So this also made them totally against the British people, or they wanted to overthrow such type of humiliated acts. So because of that, this also made American colonists against the British people. The French Indian War, as I discussed in the beginning, that French and Indians, they were also present in the North American continent. So they were continuously fighting with the British people. So British had to fight many wars with the French and Indian people. They spent lots of money in that, and even though American colonists also helped them while fighting with the French and Indian people. But when the wars were over, so after that huge money was spent. So British people, they do not want to pay from the Britain, they want to cover that loss from the American colonist only, because they believe that they have done this for the American colonist only, so that they can enjoy more power in the North America continent. So they imposed more and more taxes. So that also made totally against the British people. Even though French, they also wanted to take a revenge from the British people, so they helped American colonists to become independent. So next one, that no taxation without representation. These 13 American colonies have their own government system, as they were like by putting vote, they were choosing their representative. They were not like votes that it was given to each and everyone. This was given to few, those who were owning the land only. They were having the right to vote. They were choosing their representatives, and while choosing their representative, the head of the representative was directly appointed by the British or British Parliament or British King or Queen. So American people or colonists were saying that if they do not have the right to appoint their head, they will not pay taxes. Even though in the British Parliament, to whom they were paying more and more taxes, they were not allowed to represent or send any representation in the British Parliament. So the American people were saying, as they are not getting any representation in the British Parliament, so why they would pay any tax for the British Parliament. So that was also one of the cause of American Revolution. Then Townshend Act. So Townshend Act is also very important for the American Revolution. As we can see, Townshend Act was not itself a single act. This was a series of acts. So in the Townshend Act that was passed in 1767, the Parliament passed Townshend Act, which placed duties on number of goods including paper, glass, tea, establish board of custom in Boston to just evolve or just enrich the British people. So that is why totally Americans, they went against them, and they want to overthrow this Townshend Act also. So next one we can see that Boston Tea Party is a very important landmark in the American Revolution. Boston Tea Party, it was happened in the Boston Harbor, where because of these number of taxes, many British people, they become against the British people, or American, they wanted to just overthrow these acts. So many one organization name you need to remember here, that is Sons of Liberty. This is organization which was working for the colonialists to just make their own independent government. So many representatives of Sons of Liberty, they went to Boston Harbor, and there was a ship like from India. As we see that tea trade was very successful, so many ships came to America from India. So many representatives of Sons of Liberty went to Boston Harbor, and they thrown many buckets of tea from that ship in sea. So that also become an important event. So here I discuss some of the main causes of American Revolution. So here we are not going to discuss any further what happened, or how these sequences, or what were the main wars fought between British and American. That will be discussed in the next chapter. So at last, this war, when this American Revolution ended, so American people, they established Declaration of Independence. Declaration of Independence, when they declare their independence of 13 colonies. So this Declaration of Independence, the United States Declaration of Independence, is a pronouncement adopted by the Second Continental Congress. This was a congress where all the colonialists came together and formed some laws or meetings about independence of the country. So meeting at the Pennsylvania State House in the Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on 4th July 1776. That is very important date. So this is considered Indian or American, sorry, it is considered American Independence Day. So exactly, American did not get their independence on the same day, but as they declare their independence on this day, so that is why this is called the American Independence Day. But still the wars were going on with the British people after 1776 also. So the declaration explained why the 13 colonies at the war with the Kingdom of Great Britain regarded themselves as a 13 independent sovereign states, no longer under the British rule. With the declaration, these new states took a collective first step toward forming United States of America. So that is why it is called United States, because it is not one particular state which declare their independence. So first of all, these were 13 colonies. So as you can see on the American flag also, there are number of stars. So these stars are representing their states. So first of all, when this flag was established, so American flag was having 13 stars. So these 13 stars were representing 13 colonies. So they declare their independence. So this declaration was signed by the representatives of 13 colonies and 50 6 delegates of the Second Continental Congress, and it was authored or wrote by the Thomas Jefferson. So that is also very important name. Can be asked who wrote the Declaration of Independence. So what happened after the Declaration of Independence, or how this war ended? This war ended with the Treaty of Paris. So in September 1783, the United States government and the British Parliament officially agreed on the Treaty of Paris, which ended the American Revolution. It also reorganized the colonies as independent and drew line between British Canada and American territory. So what was this treaty? Thus recognized the independence, or British accepted these colonies are totally independent and sovereign nation as United States of America, and removal of the British troop. British totally removed their troops from the America and defined American border. Like British, they now establish their colonies in the Canada and made a border between America and Canada, and both parties agreed not to interfere in each other territory and fair treatment with the loyalists. So same time loyalists, those were loyal to the British government. So all the nationalists of America, they promised to give the fair treatment to the loyalists also to live in their territory. So result of the American Revolution, the 13 colonies become independent nation called United States of America, and these were recognized by the Britain, and Britain gave the United States the land east of the Mississippi River, north of Canada, or south border of Florida. Then all British control of American trade was lifted. All the now American people become owner of their trade, or they can freely trade with anyone. A new government with elected representative was formulated under the Article of Confederation. So it is not just like vote was given to everyone. It was given only to those people, those were having land. So the successful revolution encouraged the people, especially it gave boost to other countries also. The success of American Revolution gave boost to many other people also, like it gave boost to the French Revolution in France, or some other revolutions also. Similar way it have a contact with India also. When Tipu Sultan held some of their friend in during this American wars. So when we can see that Tipu Sultan helped them, so he in return he want that they will be helping them in against the British, but that never had happened. So that is why India is also having link, so that or this gave boost to the Tipu Sultan also to fight against the British people. So this American Revolution gave many people a boost to fight against the British, or this shown that British are no longer are undefeatable, they can be also defeated. So this is all about the American Revolution. Hope you understood the topic. Thank you very much.